What's up, guys? Welcome back to the FNG Academy. Buck here, former Green Beret, here to help you guys get selected. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I was gone for about a week with the team. We were in Utah doing some recording. Can't wait for you guys to see that content. Can't wait to talk about it more, and we'll really dive into what the experience was like. But first, we'll let the videos drop within the next week so you guys can check it out. But in today's video, we're going to talk about top 5 tips for SFAS revisited. If you guys have been watching this channel for a while, you know that the very first video I did was top 5 tips for SFAS. And it was cringeworthy. Like, what's that movie where he's like, he never know when to quit, and she snaps him in the back of the head with the ruler? Ernest Scared Stupid, and he's just clawing the freaking blackboard. That's what my first video sounded like. If you haven't seen it, it's worth a check-see. It's worth a look-see-loo. It's that bad. I was like a robot trying to talk to the camera. Harder than it looks, apparently. So we're going to do a little revisited. So now that I could just, diving back into selection and the things that I learned from it. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but as you go through hardship, you tend to your mind puts it in the back burner. And that's kind of an unfortunate thing because we learn so much from hardships that we forget that we need to unpack that stuff sometimes and remember like what some amazing lessons were throughout those hardships. So because of the channel, I've been doing a lot more of that and really digging into what I learned from selection, how to teach you guys what I learned and how to pass that on. So there's just a lot of cool things that I'm drumming up from, re-experiencing my past in order to help you guys with your futures because I want you to be SF. So also, if you guys haven't checked out the FNGAcademyStore.com, what's the matter with you? I'm getting reports from dudes that they're running way faster now that they got some FNG Academy swag on. Whether it's the Ranger panties or the shirts, I'm hearing like some serious reduced run times happening. Now that's probably not like math and shit or science supporting that claim, but who might argue? I'm not a mathematician nor a scientist, so I'll just have to take their word for it. So go check out the store and make sure you grab some gear, guys. Be part of this community. Take pride in it. We're making it move, son. We're going to be helping generations get selected, increasing our fighting force, making sure that we're all safe at home by having a better special operations force. Now, isn't that cool? Now, don't you want to be part of that? Because I know I do. So anyway, let's talk about SFAS, all right? Again, let's revisit this top 5 tips. And I don't even know if I have 5. I'm going to talk about the most important ones, though. So first things first, and we did a video on it, but we're going to talk about foot care, guys. Foot care is huge. If you've ever gotten blisters in your feet, you know just how bad it really is. Foot care is everything. People used to tell us like, and it wasn't that long ago that went through selection, but even then it was like, oh, you got to put your feet in gas and they got to be the hardest things on the planet because you're going to be walking on. That's so stupid. That's so ass backwards to what you want to do with your feet. You need to be taking care of your feet like they're little fucking princesses, dude. Like you need to be lotioning them bad boys up, making them all soft and supple so they don't crack, so they don't get worse. And then the cracks could seep in water. If you got cracks in your feet and now you go through, walk through a water crossing, now your feet are soaked and you're soaking wet socks for hours on end. What do you think is going to happen to those cracks? It's going to get worse. So it's so important that we made a foot care kit. And this isn't to sell the kit. It's to let you guys know that that's how important this is. So this has moleskin in it. It's got, fingernail clippers and alcohol pads and baby powder and the scissors to cut your moleskin. We made this kit because people will get dropped from not taking care of their feet. They'll get blisters, they'll get cracks, and all these things are going to happen. And I'm telling you, once you put all that weight on your back and your feet are going out, your whole body is going to feel it because the pain shoots from your heel all the way up your spine. It hurts so bad. And so that's why one of the things I was doing, which leads into tip number 4, is rucking a lot, because I needed to know where my hot spots were. So I would ruck all the time, find my hot spots, and get those miles in. But tip number 4, guys, is you need to be comfortable with that rucksack on your back. You need to be getting miles in. First of all, think about this. So one thing for me training for selection, I was already in the Army. So I already had a Molly rucksack. I already had military boots, and I already had ACU uniform. So I was rucking in combat uniform, or in, selection uniform all the time. I didn't want there to be a big difference between that and selection. If you guys are out rucking in like your favorite civilian boots and your shorts and your t-shirts and all this stuff, then you go to selection. Now you're adding in factors that your body's not used to. So tip number 4 is train how you fight. Okay? If you can, find a pair of boots that you like. I'll do a whole video specifically on boots, but just to give you guys an idea, the 2 boots I used to cycle back and forth, they have newer styles of them, but were the Nike 2.0s and the Garmonts, the thicker ones. I know they have more of a shoe Garmont, but I had the Garmonts and the Nikes. So the sooner you could break in your boots, buy military boots and break them in. You can take those with you. So even if you get through selection for all you 18X guys, through basic, and then OSIT and all that, like before you go to selection, have someone ship you your broken in boots. And then you have broken in boots. You're helping your system out a little bit. You're cheating the game a little bit. So you should have broken in boots. But not only that, you're used to rucking in boots. You go find your hot spots in your civilian shoes, and then you switch to boots, your hot spots are going to change. So find the boots that you like before even going. Start breaking those things in before you even join the military. Know exactly what boots you like. You don't need the latest and greatest. You need the ones that are right for your feet, the ones that feel good to you, the ones that you've broken in. There's guys that swear by those old jungle combat boots. They got like the lines on the bottom. They're like this thin. They're like, there's nothing better. There's nothing better on the planet. I look at those things, I'm like, it looks like being a geisha girl and walking around on planks. That is the equivalent of what those boots look like to me. And all you jungle boot guys out there, those you old timers, you're gonna be like, those are the best fucking boots on the planet, Buck. Okay, you guys can have them, all right? Relax, everyone, just calm down. Now, those are your boots, they're fine. You like the jungle boots, no big deal. So find those boots, break your boots in, and start training like you fight. Wear as many things you can that's going to replicate being in selection. That's that's 4, okay? It's a pretty good one, if I do say so myself. You're welcome for that little tidbit. All right, let me drink some water. Waterloos. I need to get a sponsor from Waterloos. If you guys haven't had these, are freaking delicious. What else? Oh, okay. So tip number 3 we'll do, learn how to hydrate. It is unreal how many people do not know how to drink water. You think everyone knows how to drink water, Buck. I just sip it. And it's gone. I just drink it. Bitch, you're not drinking enough water. I can guarantee you're not drinking enough water. So if I can tell you guys anything, I promise you, if you learn how to drink enough water to the point where you're crushing water all day and it just becomes normal, if you're thinking about going to selection, you're thinking about joining the military, start carrying around a gallon of water and seeing how little water you actually drink during the day. I promise you it's going to be less than you think. Get that gallon down a day and start learning how to drink water consistently throughout the day. You can't wait till you're thirsty. Trust me, in the Q course, I was very, very close to rhabdo. I'm pretty sure. I got done with land nav and started peeing iced tea. It burned when it came out. I got lightheaded. I felt like I was going to pass out. I wasn't drinking enough water. I wasn't drinking water fast enough, consistently enough. So consistency is key. Drink enough water and start practicing that. I'm telling you, it's the same in the ultra marathon game. It's hard for people to eat consistently and drink enough, water consistently. People, they're not thirsty, so they don't think about water, and all of a sudden they're thirsty, and it's too late. You're hitting a wall. So what I did, whether it's ultramarathon, whether it's rucking, getting ready for selection or in selection, is I always had a pace count. I didn't think about my pace count, but it's like every 100 meters, 200 meters, just sip it. I didn't have to be thirsty. Sip it. And then there's this could be part of tip number 3 is there's a really cool thing for your 2 quarts, and it's a long straw. We all use them, dude. You guys need to pick these up. As a matter of fact, I'll talk to Kurt and we'll get them on the F&G website. But they're straws that go from your 2 quart canteens up into your rucksack, so you always have them connected, so you don't have to take out your 2 quarts and try to drink water. That's a pain in the ass. You don't want to stop on your rucks. Am I still good? All right, so drink water, get those straws, loop them over your rucksack, and then you could drink them all the time. And if you want, your MREs are going to come with a lot of hydration formulas. This could be tip number 2, but we'll just keep it into tip number 3. Do not always have one designated to only water. Trust me when I tell you, when you start adding in these hydration formulas into both your 2 quarts, one of them, because all the sugar, it starts getting muck around it and it's disgusting. It starts molding. Your 2 quart will start smelling like shit. And before you know it, you'll start drinking less water just because your 2 quart's disgusting. So I promise you guys, always leave 1 2 quart just for water. And then one of them you could designate for, your beverage powders that you get in your MREs. So that way you could switch back and forth, get some flavor in your life. You know what I'm saying? Everyone needs a little flavor in their life. Again, I'm doing this thing. I don't know what this means. That's not what you think, because my mouth's not open. But, get some flavor in your life. Get some flavor in your life. That's going to be a new catchphrase for that. Get some flavor in your life. The F&G Academy. Get some flavor in your life. You're welcome. Just a tidbit there for you. All right. So that, drink water, tip 3 again, and then separate your 2 quarts. One always has just water in it. One always you can, if you want, have that one designated for your hydration formulas that come in your MREs. Let's see. So biggest tips. And then obviously land nav is going to be a huge one. So tip 2, we'll call it, land nav gets everybody. So that's where everyone's fears are, is land nav. Everyone's scared shitless of land navigation. So my biggest tip, and that goes back to my first video, I can't stress this enough, do exactly what they tell you when it comes to land nav. Guys, everybody, girls, everybody thinking about going to selection, calm the fuck down when it comes to land nav, okay? Relax. Pumpa de brakes. You guys think that you're going to get to selection and have no fucking clue how to land nav, and they're just going to stick you into the woods. I promise you that is not the case. You guys know I was a cook before I went to selection, right? So I had no clue how to land nav. You got infantry guys, you got all these guys that have done it before. I have never land naved once ever when I went to selection. So calm down. But the difference between me and some of the infantry guys that failed in land nav was that I just paid attention to what the cadre told me to do. These are the experts, right? They're the ones that know what the fuck they're doing. I don't. So when they tell you to plan your route carefully, and when they tell you to avoid draws, and when they tell you to teach you the techniques to box your way around a lake. So let's say you have a water, like a lake, and it's blocking your path. Instead of just like walking around, you're never going to reconnect your azimuth, right? So they teach you how to box obstacles so you can get close to that same azimuth again. All those techniques, here's why people don't use them, guys. So tip 2 is do what the fuck you're told. This is why people don't use them. Each tip that they teach you in selection takes time. You guys will start to panic and you'll want to rush because you got to get to your point fast. Tortoise in the hare, everybody. Tortoise in the hare. I promise you, the tortoise will always win the race when it comes to land nav. So stop looking, and this is kind of pisses me off about people, is you'll go to selection, you'll look at an SF guy who's spending his time teaching you how to land nav, a cadre who's dedicated his life while he's there as cadre to teach you how to do the course, to teach you how to do it properly. And you just look at them like, no, I'm going to do it my way. Are you serious? Like, what the fuck? So calm down, take your time, be the tortoise, and make sure you do exactly what they tell you. Take those slow steps that seem like they're taking fucking forever to accomplish, but they're keeping you from getting lost. You will never regret it. I've almost never heard of somebody failing, almost, I'm sure it exists, but always you hear somebody failing land nav, they're like, I tried to just, handrail the road and run. Well, it's like, is that what they taught you? No. Because what they teach you is to go to the road, check the azimuth of the road, confirm on your map that that's the right road, make sure that that road doesn't split, and now you're just handrailing a road that's not even the same fucking road anymore. That's not what they teach you. Or I'm going to dead reckon, so I'm going to go from point A to point B and ignore all the draws and the rivers and all the shit on the map and just try to get there quick. Like, is that what they taught you? No. That's most of the stories. That's why people fail land nav. It's almost never like, I was being too methodical and I just didn't make it. Like, you almost never hear that, right? So be methodical in your approach. Do what they taught you. And tip number 1, have a good fucking attitude. Be happy to be there. You're in the running to becoming a special forces soldier. That's a big fucking deal, guys. I don't care. We are carrying the lineage of that so far back. Dudes in Vietnam getting after it, like a Green Beret, Kennedy authorizing the Green Beret. The whole lineage of special forces is badass. It's an opportunity to be part of that. I'm not in it anymore. I will carry that lineage for the rest of my life. I'm so proud of it. So be happy that you are there. You were selected to go. You were invited to give it a shot. Be stoked on that. No cadres out there looking to crush you. They're looking to find the potential to fill the forces. So have a good attitude. Be stoked to be there. Be excited. Yeah, you're going to be nervous as shit. You're going to be scared. All that's fun. That's all part of the excitement. Enjoy the process, guys. It's such a cool thing to do. You're stepping in with some of the biggest heroes that have ever walked the face of the planet. And I'm not talking about me. There's Green Berets out there, Benavidez. Like, there's some amazing heroes that don that Green Beret, and you're trying to be part of that brotherhood. Woo, it get me emotional. That shit is so dope. So remember that. Remember that when you are in selection, it's so much bigger than kicking your ass to see if you got what it takes. There's people who have given their fucking lives for that Green Beret, and you're asking to take their spot. Gosh, damn, that's a big deal, don't you think? So why don't you be excited about it? Why don't you appreciate it? Why don't you appreciate that Green Beret that went to war, has kicked ass, taken names, and now is there to teach you how to do his job and giving you the time, his time. Why don't you appreciate that dude? I looked at them like they were the coolest thing that ever walked this planet, and I still do. There's so many Green Berets out there that I admire for the rest of my life. So that's my soapbox. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you next time. Guys, go get selected. What's up, guys? Buck here, co-host of the FNG podcast and author of Rise Above, former Green Beret, former law enforcement, here to talk to you about 5 tips. Nothing has helped me more in my process of healing than helping other people. Doing the YouTube channel, figuring out ways to help people in the best and biggest way I can. What's up, guys? Back. Buck back. What's up, guys? Welcome back to FNG Academy. Welcome back to FNG Academy. Welcome back to FNG Academy. Buck here, former Green Beret, here to help you guys get selected. There's a lot of stress that comes with trying to go this route. There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anxiety. Yeah. So now that
how can we use content to let them laugh, let them see that we're normal ass people. If we can do it, they can do it.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to This Painting with Buck Ross. Right? Here to help you guys? No, not today. Gear review. Oh yeah. Wait till you read the book. The book goes into things that were really difficult to talk about. It goes into my failures. It goes into my failures as a Green Beret. It goes into my failures as a man, as a husband. The things that we went through growing up, getting shot at as a kid, things like that. Like, it's deep. If you guys have wondered how I've managed to get from basically, you know, a police officer, no one knows who I am, to where I'm at now, obviously a huge part of that is I put together an amazing team. 2 Green Berets and an amazing videographer, all of whom I've known for years. They're my best friends. I've worked my ass off. I've spent probably about $5,000 in plane tickets over the last year. We started Wine and Rations with Andy Stump.
Guys, what's up? Welcome to this episode of Wine and Rations. Welcome to this episode of Wine and Rations.
Recently, I was reached out to by a dude named Bedros Keuilian.
I reached out to this guy and I was like, hey man, could you be like a surrogate dad, older brother figure for this guy? And he said yes.
Before you guys step off to go to basic, to go to selection, to start your journey, I highly encourage you to do this one thing. And this is my last bit of advice to you before you guys leave and you can't watch the FNG Academy for a while and you have to keep, my voice ringing in your head. Help other people.